Great to have you here on WKYT. And Bluegrass Distillers is a craft bourbon distillery in the heart of the Kentucky bluegrass. Each batch is handcrafted and made with Kentucky proud products.
They're celebrating a new release coming soon. And joining us today to tell us more are owners Nathan Brown and Sam Rock, along with their head distiller, Pyles.
Or their guard,
much.
whichever you want to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good to see you guys. Thanks for coming.
See you.
Thanks for having me.
Tell us about your product and what's going on with it these days.
Well, we're pretty excited to have reached a milestone for us, which is 2-year-old bourbon, which is Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. So we're very excited to be releasing that this spring. Actually, in February is when we're going to have our limited release of that. And again, that was all handmade from scratch, right at our own place, mashed, fermented, distilled, and bottled right in our own place. So we're pretty excited about that.
That has to feel good that you've reached this point. What are you thinking?
Well, I mean, this particular batch, we probably made, I mean, when we started doing this, I mean, we were using a hand drill. So, I mean, to go from, you know, starting like that in 2013 to now having a consistent product and great employees like Pyles and a great brand, it just feels fantastic.
So, Key, obviously the aging is part of the process, and so this, in other words, means you have reached an important milestone, right?
Oh, absolutely. There's a lot of stuff that goes on in that barrel during that process.
Yeah, like what?
A lot of chemical reactions where you get a lot of the flavors that come from that wood and just basically the barrel char. You know, a lot of the flavor actually comes from the barrel, but a lot of it comes from the grain as well. But it's an interesting process.
And you play a key role in all of that too, don't you? It's not just your name. You're the key player there.
I probably do probably not 98% of the production, somewhere around in there.
Well, it's really great. Tell us about this release. How are you all doing it? When is it going to be released?
Probably in mid-February. Mm-hmm. You know, you have to kind of wait till it tastes right, at least with craft, you know, because we're doing it by the barrel. But we think it's about ready. We've delayed it as long as we can, really. This is a rye bourbon, meaning it's a high rye, which means it's at least 15% rye, and it's sort of a traditional, sort of spicy bourbon.
Mm-hmm. Are you amazed by the wave that bourbon is riding right now? I mean, always, you know, timelessly popular, but there's no doubt the last decade or so it has really taken off.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing that every week we have people from not only around the country but around the world that are coming in for tours and tastings, and really I think Kentucky has finally started celebrating really something that's really wonderful and unique about the state that we live in, which is bourbon.
And people now are understanding. A couple of years ago, if you said a craft bourbon, they might not really know what you're talking about. Do they understand it now more?
I think they're understanding it more, and I think they're distinguishing between people who are buying bourbon and labeling it and craft people like us who are heaving the 50, well, Key is heaving the 50 to 75 pounds of grain into the mash tun and doing it all handmade. So it is evolving, and then they want to see a distillery which goes along with the craft.
And folks can come see the process. Mm-hmm. Yeah, at bluegrassdistiller.com for more information about your product and your location. And we do appreciate you coming by. Congratulations.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.